talking shit. It's two broads and a Brit. This is Lynn Hartram, and I'm here with my co-host Caitlin Greer.
Sup, bitches?
And Hazelnut.
What's up, witches? Afternoon.
What's going on, dude? How you feeling today?
A little bit ragged. I'm officially blaming Sophie Hazel for being born 21 years ago.
Of course.
And having the selfish thing of throwing a 21st party.
It wasn't a 21st party. It was a rager.
It was like a quinceañera.
It was crazy.
It was a rocking night. It was an absolute rocking night.
Yeah.
But I got in at 2:30, and the party was, well, I left there at 1 something, and it was still going strong then.
That was definitely, it was bigger than my wedding.
Yeah, me too.
No, it was a really, probably one of the best parties I've ever been to.
That's
I have
awesome.
to say.
How are you still alive right now?
Drugs.
Cool.
First-
Yeah, that's cool.
Energy drinks.
All right.
Energy drinks.
All right.
Yeah, and of course, I had someone's 50th birthday Friday night, and I got in at 1 o'clock Friday
Lord.
night, and I don't even drink alcohol. Lynn, you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, but,
It's like a weekend of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
well, minus 3 of those. But yes. Yeah, and then yourself building towards a clearer picture.
You don't admit that.
Just lie.
Just be like,
no,
yep.
Oh,
No,
hell yeah.
Hells yeah.
I was dancing to ABBA last night, and I was quite proud of my moves.
That's amazing.
You know, you never lose it. You never lose it.
No.
I never had it.
Right.
I never had it.
I think I do, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I'm too white. I'm just the whitest of whites, so I just don't have it.
I'm good at doing all of the like ridiculous dance moves,
Like the
the lasso.
in the shopping cart.
the fishing
eclectic
rod.
mix last night. He was playing things like S Club 7, who are like a teeny bop Brit band, One Direction, then ABBA, and then all the old classics and Oasis and stuff like that, and then Frank Sinatra, and it was
That
like
sounds
it was
awesome.
just two young lads DJing. They were only about 20, 21, and they were really good because they were playing music for all generations.
That's
The
awesome.
old buggers like me, and then the young kids.
Buggers.
Well,
Well, one young lad, bless him, he had long black hair. He was talking to me, and he could barely speak. He was absolutely hammered. And then turned around, he basically took out the entire table. It was like a timber moment.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, he took out,
Sounds like there
and
was.
had about 15 drinks that were placed on it.
It sounds like there was a lot of falling last night.
He didn't actually look out of place, to be fair. I mean, everyone was having a go, but yeah.
That's awesome.
But it was good. It was really good, you know. So bear with me in my voice today because I've been singing and.
We think you sound wonderful.
You do.
You're
You
welcome.
might not say that in half hour when I talk about flat Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
See, well, that's
I've
it.
been converted.
Yeah.
It's flat.
All right, guys. So here we are now. So Lee just told you today we're going to talk about flat Earth and the flat earthers, which is
A special kind of stupid.
it's the fucking worst movement, if you want to call it that I've ever I've never heard of something so fucking ridiculous in my entire life, and it infuriates me.
Oh, just wait until our next show.
I can't. This is going to be 2 shows in a row of Caitlin just being so pissed at humanity.
Well, I haven't been this fucked off since Dunkin' Donuts announced they were going to change their name.
Fucking
and livid.
dunks.
I weren't happy. I was fucking livid.
Yeah.
Because I created the blog Dunkin' Donuts Home in Pigeon Land in America, and then a week later they decided to do something crazy like change their fucking name.
Did they actually
just
change
dunk-
the name?
They did, yeah.
Well, they're going to, it's Dunkin' or anyway. So
We can
I
tell you
didn't
the
think I
logistics.
could get more pissed off than that. But after watching 90 minutes of the Flat Earth documentary, you know, I can beat that. So basically, you guys asked me to do some digging. No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, you can't go. How far
about the
can
flat
you
Earth,
dig in a flat Earth?
what it is,
I don't
where
know.
it came
It's
about, why it's being discussed, and what have you. So basically, I'll put my glasses on.
There you
So
go.
I'll take it from the shoot back to the year. Well, we're going to cover time travel, but maybe Noah can visit the year 1633.
I'm sure he has.
in his time twattling machine.
We'll get to Noah next
basically-
time.
Right, go. We're going back to the year 1633. there was a chap called Galileo, who is an astronomer. Who
Lee, can you hold on just a second?
Yeah.
The TV is still on. This is not our morning.
It's not. You're not watching Catfish, are you?
No, I don't even know. It's like, oh, it's BLC. We're watching fat people pick out their wedding dresses.
Okay, so I'll recap.
We're better, yeah. Good.
Yeah, all right. The telly's off. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going back to the year 1633. Basically, flat Earth debates were going around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Chap called Galileo, who's an astronomer, who, as most astronomers, spend a lot of time polishing their telescope, if you know what I mean.
I like that we immediately start off with a jerk off joke. Immediately. We're like, we're going to talk about Galileo and his fondling of his telescope.
Well, he's been playing with his telescope quite a bit. Because he's discovered and he's held the belief that the Earth was actually round and revolved around the sun. He was convicted of heresy for this by the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church basically said, that's bollocks. They said that the Earth was in fact the centre of the universe, which I was a little bit pissed off because I thought that the Dunkin' Donuts headquarters in Canton, Massachusetts, was the centre of the universe. Apparently, it turns out it isn't.
But you know what? The church is always right? Like the Catholic Church, they have it,
right? They know.
So the church believed that the sun moved around the Earth, despite the fact for centuries scientists knew the Earth was not the centre of the universe. It fell on deaf ears. Anyway, Galileo agreed to not preach this heresy that they dubbed him as, and basically spent the rest of his life under house arrest.
Playing with his telescope.
Church, 300. Yeah, you can keep your telescope. Well, you're not going to fucking talk about it. You can polish it every night, but just don't fucking talk about the skies. But, so he was cleared of heresy. 300 years later, the church said, you know what, lads? He might have a point.
300 years later?
Let's clear his name.
So that was in
1933
or something like that?
Well, that'd be 1933, yeah.
Wow.
300 years.
Good job, church.
After he's stone dead for 300 years. So they obviously got together and thought, you know what, we should really admit we've been cocks. Let's set the record straight.
Right.
And that was that, basically. So I've done some digging I went on Meetup.com, as you do, because I went on that in America on my travels. So I thought, well, you know, Lynn, I went on a shamanic.
What is it? Oh, Meetup. Meetup, is that what you said?
If you go on Meetup.com.
Meetup also sounds like a jerk off reference.
I don't know, I was going to say it sounded like Meat Tuck.
Meet up, meet down, whatever you want to call it.
Meetup is a different website. You might want to check it out later.
I saw that on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, I did go on beatyourmeat.com, but I got banned. See, if you type in flat Earth on meetup.com, you get all sorts of clubs. So basically, I picked 6 or 7 at random. Basically, there's loads of flat Earth, like what you guys call chapters, right? So I'll do the smallest ones first, and I'll do a blurb on the big one, right? So in Fort Worth, there is 3 members. 3 members, which is how many subscribers we've currently got for this channel.
Yeah!
That's how low the figures are, right? There's 3 people in Fort Worth, right? North Carolina has a chapter of Flat Earth, right? 6 members, okay?
North Carolina's Trump and Fort Worth, right?
This one was my favourite. This is in Thailand, of all the places in Thailand. So it appears that in Thailand, there's more to life than waking up, next to a prostitute and then discovering that she's got a penis. And then think, you know what? I can't sink any fucking lower than this. I can't sink any lower than this. There's got to be more to life than this. You know? There is help at hand. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Bangkok has its own flat Earth chapter. Yeah, 21 members.
Wow.
I'm assuming most of them are transgenders. Now there's 21 members there. And basically, you can go along and you think, well, you know, what things are on the up. And after listening to that shit for 2 or 3 weeks, you think, you know what? I'm better off getting blown by a ladyboy. So
I want to go to Thailand. This is so off topic, but I want to go to Thailand.
So there you go. In Thailand, right? So Jacksonville, Florida, right? 100. Now we're moving up.
Well, we know about Florida.
Members.
How many?
134.
In Jacksonville?
Not surprising. Not surprising.
134.
They're all Florida men.
They are. They're all had their own individual news articles at one point in time.
Yeah, and they've all probably thrown bits of pizza at their wives.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's flat, so they like it.
Ah, it's like it is a flat Earth.
I don't want any toppings.
Yeah.
I think I don't want any toppings, mate. It's going to go on the wife's face anyway. So basically, with a whopping total of 325 wankers. Sorry, I meant members. Santa Monica. Santa Monica has 325 members.
Seriously?
325.
Fucking weird hippies.
So basically,
they've disappointed
I've
me.
copied and pasted their blurb on their Meetup.com. This is what they've got to say. Okay. Right? It's a flat Earth after all. What we're about. Okay. Hold on to your tin helmets. We're gonna send you a line. Are you contemplating that perhaps our Earth may actually be flat? No, I fucking wasn't. Are you realising the globe model is not accurate to describe our physical world? No, I fucking wasn't.
Yeah, no.
And us too. Is it blowing your mind? We're going back to Thailand now. I think. Is it blowing your mind and making you wonder so many things? Not really. Would you enjoy meeting other people having similar realizations?
Yeah.
Let's get out there under our possibly much closer than previously thought sun and moon and discuss our musings in person. We don't all have to agree on exactly what the true shape of the world is, what it means, or what we should do about it. But we can celebrate and support each other's burgeoning curiosity and willingness to question.
I fucking hate
And who knows what this new community might lead to. It is our flat Earth after all. We welcome the slightly curious, well, you ain't fucking wrong there. We also welcome friends and family of flat earthers who do not question the globe model, but are accepting the flat Earth views of their loved ones. Okay, we seek to be a community where flat Earth talk is safe and not disparaged. We know this is a tender issue and time to admit to having these ideas, but also a wonderful time of realization and discovery. Now we're getting back to Thailand, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, she's got a penis, right?
What a wonderful discovery!
You still want paying, right?
Lee, it's a telescope, not a penis.
All perspectives welcome, be they religious, pragmatic, spiritual, purely scientific, some combination thereof, or something else entirely. You can email us at itsaflat@gmail.com, or you could not fucking bother. So that's the biggest one that I found. And I did a search on famous people who believe the Earth is flat. Now, half of these I haven't fucking heard of them.
All right.
You're going to have to help me out here. Someone called Kyrie Irving.
He's a basketball player. Yep.
It says, during a podcast with some of his teammates, Irving, who plays as a guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers basketball team, shared his thoughts on his flat Earth theory. This is what he's had to fucking say. This is not even a conspiracy theory. It's right in front of our faces. I'm telling you. It's right in front of our faces. They lie to us. Okay? If you really think about it, from the landscape of the way we travel, the way we move, and the fact that you can really think of us rotating around the sun and all the planets aligned, rotating in specific dates, being perpendicular with what's going on with these planets, the truth is right there. You've just got to go searching for it. Or you could just say you're paid to play fucking basketball. Do that.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
th-
Next one is some bloke called fucking Bob. Have you heard of him? Bob, he's a rapper.
Bob?
Bob?
Calls himself Bob. B-O-B. B.O.B.
Nope.
Bobby Ray Simmons Jr.
Nope.
Calls himself fucking Bob.
Bob.
Right? He's known professionally. He's an American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and conspiracy theorist from Decatur.
I call bullshit on this one.
Yeah, I
What?
don't know Bob.
No, never heard
In
of the guy.
2016, he tweeted a succession of strange comments supporting the ideas that the Earth is flat. He's even created, and this gets on my fucking tits, he's even created a GoFundMe page to raise funding to help prove the theory.
Oh, okay. So Bob's a
think you'll
con artist.
agree.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of arsehole to do
He's
that.
just trying to con people out of money.
Yeah. Wanker.
Fucking Bob.
Okay,
Because
next
he's
on
a
the- next on-
producer.
Right.
Yeah.
Bob can suck my telescope.
Well, I would say Galileo produced a lot out of that telescope.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Telescope. So next on my little cheesy chart is someone called Tila Tequila.
Tila Tequila. She was a
Yes.
reality TV show star
Yeah,
person
that's
from
right. Yeah.
forever ago. This tiny little hooker. She looked
Right.
like a hooker. Let's hear what Tila Tequila has to
This is
say.
what the fucking stupid twat has tweeted. Why are all the buildings in New York City standing straight up? Yeah. Oh yeah. If Earth was round, then some of the buildings would have a slight tilt. This is the best bit. At the end. It says, if I get killed in 2016, you'll all know it's because I exposed the Earth as being flat. No, if you got killed, it's because you're an annoying fucking tit.
I like that, like, all the flat
So-
earthers have no concept that even if something is curved,
Mm-hmm.
you can build something straight up on it. You just have to
Yeah.
make like
Not only that, but
the Earth's curve is not like
it's not that small. It's a pretty big place in
Yeah.
comparison to us.
So you've got to go some to reach the curve.
right.
and it's not
So-
nope. And it's not like we're all
This one
walking
I was-
around on not on
This one,
pavement.
I was really disappointed with this one. I doubt if you've heard this guy, Freddie Flintoff.
No,
No.
who is he?
He's British. He used to be the captain of the England cricket team. Right.
Okay.
He's won BBC Sports Personality of the Year,
Mhm.
which other people have. You can actually win it without actually having a personality. This is marvelous. So he's put, if you're in a helicopter and you hover, why does the Earth not come to you if it's round?
What?
Say that again.
Yeah.
Say that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So none of these
If
people
you-
have ever
if-
taken a physics class
Right.
If
in their
you're-
life.
Yeah, if you're in a helicopter and you hover, why does the Earth not come to you if it's round? That's what he's fucking put. And it goes on. The middle
I don't
is the North Pole.
Because the Earth is
Around
moving,
the
so-
outside is the South Pole, which is like a big wall of ice. Really,
Right.
Freddie.
Right. Of
Right.
course.
This is why all governments now have bases on the South Pole. Oh, fuck off, Freddie. AJ Styles, wrestler, American wrestler.
No.
AJ Styles. This wrestler has since attempted to distance himself from comments he made during a talk show, in which he said the flat Earth theory made sense. He's since backtracked a little bit and said he's not a flat earther. Right? This is what he said. I do not think the world is flat. I'm just saying there's some stuff about it. That's all.
Clear. Very clear.
Yeah. So he's basically shat himself after saying such. And said, "You know what? I don't really think I should have said that. I'm going to try and sort of
Right.
creep back a little bit."
Whoops. Yeah, he gave the old whoopsie daisy.
So that's bringing me up to the film now. The film is called Behind the Curve, which is about the flat Earth conspiracy, starring.
Our buddy.
I use the word starring.
Yeah.
Right. Mark Sargent.
I hate him.
Who is the creator of the Flat Earth Society and walks around with a T-shirt saying, "I am Mark Sargent."
What a cunt. And
You
I'm going
might
to say it.
say, have a T-shirt made saying, "I am an annoying egocentric penis,"
But I thought was
and that's
great.
coming from me.
I thought it was fantastic, though. Caitlin pointed out in the movie when they were at the convention, the Flat Earth convention,
he
Yeah.
had on his "I am Mark Sargent" T-shirt, but he
Yeah.
also had on the name sticker saying Mark.
Mark. Hello, my name is Mark. In case you
Fucking-
couldn't
yeah,
see.
Well, that just sums a fucking idiot up.
Yeah,
Anyway,
what
so,
a twat. In
so
the words of
basically,
Lee.
from what I can appear in the film, he lives with his mum, and the Earth is frisbee shaped and has ice all around the edge. His main theory is that he shouldn't be able to see Seattle in the distance.
Right.
If you remember that part of the film,
Yes.
he points to Seattle that's in the distance, said you shouldn't be able to see it. You know, well, I disagree, Mark. You're seeing it because the buildings are fucking huge. Well, that's just my theory.
Right.
Could be that you're looking at buildings that are 1,000 foot tall, Mark.
Yes. But Lee, should they really be standing up straight if the
Yeah.
Earth is round?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, so anyway, he shows on the film software called Global Map Plane Finder, which is software that's available for Windows, Macs, and Samsung bastards. Mark goes on to say that the planes don't fly near the outer ring, thus being the South Pacific or the Indian Ocean. Last I had a quick look, you can get a flight to South Chile,
Right.
believe it or not.
Or Australia.
Like,
You know, and the British managed to arrive at the Falklands War with 100 warships, which is only 5,000 kilometres from Antarctica.
Oh, now we're getting into British history, and I'm clueless.
It didn't deter us, but at no point did we think, you know what, we might fall over the edge of the earth,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so about 10 minutes into the film, bring forth some tosser called Nathan, who has the biggest Facebook group with 53,000 members.
No, not that guy.
wait,
I
is he
can't remember
He's
what
the
it's called.
Starbucks guy.
Oh, he's such a dickhead.
He is a dickhead.
Yeah. So he has the biggest flat Earth Facebook group in the world. He has two main hobbies, it appears. One, as he was talking to the camera, he keeps a ping pong ball up in the air with a hammer, I remember. Yeah, which is quite a talent. His other talent was getting on my tits every time he's and he mockingly says that, you know, people say, oh, all flat earthers are, you know, they live in their mum's basement and, you know, this or that. Whereas Mark, you know,
Lives in his
mom's basement. Yeah.
he's not only in his mum's basement, he's in his mum's fucking house by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Or the other way round. You know, I daren't ask where the bed is.
This is the same guy
anyway.
that like accosted a woman in her car, right? This is the same guy we're talking about. Where
He
he's like,
was the guy who yelled at an astronaut in the Starbucks line.
oh yeah, it was like a NASA employee.
Yeah.
It goes on to say, you know, there are flat Earth dating sites. If you really want to reach for someone that believes in the same thing, someone who's equally as insane,
Right.
all you got to do is go to the dating site. There's, you know, they appeared flat Earth merchandise, license plates, coffee tables, you name it, they make it. Now bring forth Patricia Steer. He's
Patricia.
so-called. Yeah, I can't do it because the screen's. Am I still frozen?
Yeah.
On the screen?
Yes. So is she. That's okay. You're perfect then.
Well, I can still see. So basically, Patricia Steer is his. Well, whether there's this love interest between the two of them, or you don't. He's definitely
Oh
some
no,
chemistry.
Mark Sargent has a hard on for Patricia
You're right.
Steer, and she is
Well-
just friend zoning this guy left and right.
Yeah.
He's trying to.
care less.
He's just trying to
But-
get it in, and she's like, "Oh, we're just such good friends. We're great friends. Are you going home now? When are you going home?"
So Patricia Steer, I did notice that her initials were PS, which also could stand for plastic surgery. Yeah. So there are conspiracies about Patricia herself, which she says. One, there's that she's a reptilian. Two, that she drinks blood. And three, that she's some sort of transgender. In
Well,
which case, you know, she should be in Thailand.
Right. Shooting ping balls right out of her
You know,
twat, because
not
that's what they
the
do.
apple.
Well, wait, I guess the transgender ones don't have vagina.
So towards the end of the film,
Maybe post-op. Yeah. Cool.
they sort of kind of congregate to the International Flat Earth Conference, which is in Raleigh. Now, it wasn't really a packed audience. But one of the questions was, are there any professors in MIT that support theory? And it was a resounding no.
No, because the smart people are smart.
Right.
Yeah, and their defense of that was, well, they've probably got too much to lose by
Right.
coming forward and saying, which is utter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you
Um,
lose your job if you
so,
come across as a
no.
dumbass.
And it appears to be that the flat earthers themselves seem to be divided. Half of them seem to think that there's a dome, and the other half seem to think that there's no dome.
Yeah,
But they all agree that it's a flat Earth.
Right.
Whether some are on the fence of it's a dome on top, some is not a dome, and then bring forth some utter titwank called Matt Howland, who claims also to be the founder of recent flat Earth committees. So this guy, I mean, if you thought fucking Mark Sargent was a tit, well, this Mark Howland was just a whole new category.
Is this the cult leader guy?
Yes.
He looks like a cult. And
Yes.
what
With
did
the
he?
girl in the background?
Yeah.
The two of them clash. Basically, I realised a pattern with Matt that every time he opened his mouth, he got on my nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
He's
notice the
aggressive.
girl? Did you notice the girl in the background of all the videos?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
She's
Yeah.
She's like, my
he's
boyfriend is such a dickhead. He.
Yeah, she was like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, he's convinced that Mark Sargent works for a government
Oh,
and
yes.
says he's Warner Brothers executive. Right? No proof for that.
Right.
Warner
Brothers.
Brothers. This guy, and this
Yeah.
guy, he raised a really good point for me in the film. His name was Dr. Per Espen Stockness. For short, I'm going to call him Dr. Fucker Nuts.
Okay.
Oh, is this the psychologist?
Correct.
Yes.
Lynn. He's the psychologist. He said, and he raises a really good point, that if someone leaves the flat earthers and says, you know what, I've been drawn into this, I've been brainwashed, I'm now going to say, the earth is round, I've changed my mind, what they've already done is they've lost all their family and friends.
Right.
Because they've been shunned.
Right.
And rightly so.
Right.
Let's be
Well, I
honest.
just think it has so many cult characteristics.
It does.
So they've got, so they basically say, right, well, I'm going to go back. So they're now being shunned by the flat earthers. They say, well, you fuck off then. If you don't want to hang on, we're in this for the long run. You piss off back to your round earth theory. But when they go back there, they've got no family and friends left, and they got no family and friends left in the flat earth society. So they live a very sort of like lonely life. But that's, but
You can't just like go to your parents and be like, my bad, sorry.
Yeah.
I think that like I'm into this globe thing again.
Right.
Like, oh, they
I
made
think I
me
was
do
wrong.
Yeah, so that's he raised a very good point. And at the end of the show, as you know, this online group called the Globe Busters.
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking hell! They've been up all night with that name.
Right? Really working hard.
They set this thing 4 miles apart. Where they have 3 poles with a hole in each.
Love this.
It's like a polystyrene.
Fucking love this experiment.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, they shine a laser through the hole of the first 2 that are at 17 feet. And they basically said, if it reaches the hole on the third one, which is 4 miles away at 17 feet, it proves that the Earth is flat.
Right.
Okay. If it's 23 feet, where the guy's got the laser above his head on the other end, it proves that the Earth is round. And lo and behold, they said, hold the laser above your head, and then they just see the light.
Right.
Stupid.
Oh,
And then they
yeah,
go, I
so
like
that-
that when they do the experiments, they fail every time because,
right.
the earth
And-
isn't flat.
Right.
And then they're like, no.
yeah, this is
Yeah, they
Just
unacceptable.
kidding.
Yeah, they said the weeds have got in the way.
Yeah, we've got to reconfigure this. Something's
Oh.
not right.
Yeah.
We
So
can't
we
accept
just
these
keep
results.
going until we just keep going until we get what answer we want.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Ignore 90% of the experiments. That's basically saying, give it up.
Right.
It's like when you're a little kid and
so-
you ask your mom, you're like, Mom,
Yeah.
can I do this? And she says no.
Yeah.
And then you just go ask your dad and you're like, Dad, can I do this? Like you
Yeah,
just keep
yeah.
asking until somebody's like, yeah, I don't care
Yeah.
if you do drugs. Go
Um,
ahead. Have fun.
yeah.
Just, you're just going to find the right
So
parent.
there's 3 main questions that I wrote down before the film started, and only one was answered. And the first one was, who is behind the cover-up?
True.
So who? Truman
No, I said true. True.
Oh, right.
Yes,
So I thought you said
correct.
the Truman Show. So
Correct.
who's behind the cover? And that question was raised at their conference. And all right, it wasn't. The woman on the mic said, it was a Q&A. She said, "Oh, who is behind it all? Is it the U.S. government? Is it CIA? Is it the blah blah?" And Mark Sargent went, "Yes, yes, yes."
Yeah, because he
Broad.
can never give a fucking straight answer
There-
about anything.
Oh,
No,
Lynn's
I know.
so mad right
Ah.
now.
So
Drives me
but he
crazy.
didn't back it up. He didn't back it up with any proof.
No.
There is no proof.
I know. So that was that question. It's kind of answered. Who? What? My second question was who benefits? Okay,
Right.
that
Right.
wasn't answered. And why? Why? If it is flat, after all, let's pretend we're all gaga, and it is flat. Why are we being told that it's round? What is the
Right.
purpose?
What's the
Right.
point of it?
Right.
What's the fucking point of it? That wasn't addressed. That wasn't answered. That wasn't queried or anything like that. So basically, and that was the end of the film. And that was 90 minutes of my life I'm not going to get back.
I was
And
mad.
it's all
Yeah.
your fault. So
Yeah. Sorry.
I felt quite sad. I'll be honest. I felt because when they interviewed the people that were at the conference and they went outside, all right, you've got to respect what they believe in, but some of them just said we've lost everything. Their families and their friends have all shunned them and they don't want to know them anymore and stuff like that. And it's quite. And one woman was saying, my only people, or one guy was saying the only people that I talked to was, people at this conference,
Right.
or the chat rooms or the forums. And
Right.
I thought, well, you could go on thaibrides.com,
Sorry,
and
Thailand.
get something in. If you're that
I
lonely,
think I liked.
no one.
Do you remember there was a woman in the documentary? She's like a middle-aged woman who said, "I went on like 3 dates with this guy and I just couldn't do it anymore, and it's totally because I believe in flat Earth, not because I'm a gross troll, just because it's solely because I can't be with the globey."
Yeah.
They call there's a whole bunch of names for people who believe in the Earth being round.
Believe in reality.
Like they call, I can't remember it, like globe heads, and like there's a whole bunch of names that they call people like us.
I like globy.
Yeah,
I'm a globy.
yeah.
I'm globular. I feel globular sometimes.
I am globular.
It's a dome or not to dome. I don't know.
Dome is a term for blowjobs in my world.
It is?
Yeah, you gave her some. No, you don't give her some dome, but you give him some dome. Get some dome piece.
I've never heard
Maybe
that.
I made it up.
I've never heard of it. But
Break out the telescope and I'll show you some
no,
dome.
Well, I bet Galileo
Yeah,
used to
he was a
polish
polisher.
it
He
most
wasn't
nights, so
domer. So here's
So-
I have questions. I have so many questions. So there's two sections of people. So some believe there's a dome and some don't. If there's no dome, then what the fuck? Because they don't believe in space, right? They don't believe that space is a real thing.
Well, no, correct. And the thing is, what I didn't point out is in part of the film, he goes to see the eclipse.
Yeah.
So, and they're saying that the sun and the moon are
like
fabricated,
lights.
but the flat earthers couldn't explain
Right.
the eclipse.
Well, like the lights were
So
broken, or whoever the
yeah.
guy who controls the lights was on vacation.
Well, get out of that one. You can get out of that one, mate. Have you got an answer for that?
Well, like
No.
everything, they just
Bob and weave.
ironically, the flat earthers talk in circles.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
terrible.
The thing is, I mean, he doesn't explain that. If he's got this thing where it's like it looks like a dinner plate, and there's
Like
ice
Game of Thrones.
all around the edge.
We live in Game of Thrones, yeah.
Like, well, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I'll take your word for it. But how does that explain if you can go in an airplane and if you just keep going and going and going, you'll end up back where you started?
Well, they say that the pilots
Right?
they don't know. The pilots have no clue. They believe the Earth is round, but it's the people who are the air traffic controllers. They know, so they direct them to go certain ways, and the pilots just think that they're going around in a circle, but really they're just going in a square. Like, how do you travel
So-
by squares? Like, I don't understand. It's
Yeah. So they're basically they think
Yes.
they're going in a straight line, but
because
they're
it's a
not. Oh, that's
huge
just right.
conspiracy
So the
theory.
exhibit controllers secretly know
Yes.
that it's flat, and the
Yeah.
pilots think it's round.
I have
Oh,
I
that
have
makes
an
a lot of
acquaintance
sense.
in my
Yeah.
life that's an air traffic controller. I should ask her
You should
if she's lying.
just be like, "Hey, bitch,
Are you lying?
Is
They
the,
also
is the Earth really flat?"
right. They also don't believe in dinosaurs, which
Right.
pisses me right the fuck off.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
you
that's
take
the-
that from me.
No.
I
Yeah.
love
I do
dinosaurs.
too.
Jurassic Park is real.
Right?
It's I mean, maybe Jurassic Park isn't real, but the dinosaurs are real.
It's real to you.
It is real to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's real special to me.
You know,
So how they that was I don't think that was covered basically. I think I've heard somewhere that the flat earthers believe that the Earth is
yeah,
only
they think
something
it's only like 6,000
old.
years old, and
Something
evidently
Something
the
like
government,
that.
the CIA, or Warner
and-
Brothers invented dinosaurs.
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
I
I told Lynn, I told
I think
Lynn I
it's like,
toured
yeah.
the Warner Brothers studio, and I totally missed that part.
right?
I didn't get to see the dome.
What I'm curious of is, okay, so
Yeah.
they think the Earth is flat, if dome or no dome, that the sun and the moon are lights. I'm trying here.
I know,
to,
but
like,
the word dome really
Yeah.
just brings me right
right.
back.
So if they think they're lights, who put them there?
Right.
Who
Yes.
created all of this?
And what are they hanging for? Like,
Oh.
what? I don't understand.
Right.
Like, and then the fact that nobody
Yeah, and no
has
one
an
saw
answer
them
for
putting
it
there.
No.
is weirder. And like,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, and so if the Earth is only 6,000 years old, and that sun and the moon are all
Mhm.
fabricated on one big dangling thing high up in the sky, and that at some point they must have had
Right,
right.
to put that
Who
there.
put it there?
And no
Whose
one
job
saw
is
them do
it to change the light bulbs on that shit?
Mm, That's the
Maybe
question.
that's what the eclipse is. They're in the process of changing the light bulbs. So they need to
Damn,
Right.
she figured it out.
take this NASA shirt right
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
I'm a
there you go.
flat earther. Get out of here. I wore my NASA shirt because
I saw it. Yeah. Do you know what NASA stands
tell
for?
me.
Never a straight answer.
Never a straight answer.
Yes,
Yes.
bitches, UFO people.
I was
know
gonna
that
say,
one.
fucking UFO nerds.
At the UFO
nerds.
conferences. at the UFO conferences is known
Yeah, I
as
can
never a straight
fucking bring
answer.
everything back to UFOs and ETs. It's no problem.
I'll just be over here. Tell me more. What? I don't understand. The Earth is flat. Space isn't real.
Oh my god,
So-
that pisses me off. You get
So
pissed off
that's
about the
so that's
dinosaurs. I get pissed off
Gen-
about the
generally
space.
I know.
what I basically dug up, basically. But hopefully Thailand will see more members
I mean,
soon.
they have that's a
Um,
huge following. That's pretty crazy to me that
Yeah.
Well, they've got 21, and then the 325, I think it was, that in Santa Monica. I mean, that's
Like,
a massive number.
have you
That's a
been there
huge
though?
number.
That's LA basically.
So
Like
I've never been
I
there.
didn't go
That's-
there.
Santa Monica
I've
is
been
like
to-
a nice
California.
area that's very close to Los Angeles, and LA is where the weirdos are.
Mm,
It's like the mecca of weirdos.
love it.
You make it sound like it's pinpointed to one
Well-
town in America.
Oh wait, whoa!
The-
What
the
are you
rest of
saying?
America doesn't have weirdos.
America's full of weirdos.
No, no.
British people are weird too, Lee. You're just much more proper about it.
Well, we're going to have a new prime minister soon. She's had
I know
enough.
nothing about
So-
that, so
I've
that's
heard
exciting.
I've heard it on Alexa in the morning.
Alexa tells me.
She
Oh,
did.
so she told you what she said. Well, she's had enough. Yeah.
She's
Alternatively, the taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into
what? Alexa, shut up. Cancel. She just told us what smack meant. She just defined the word smack. That bitch. I like that the second part was the taste, the sound that you
taste.
make when you taste something that's delicious.
tasty-
Essentially, you
a
smack
tasty
your lips.
Condiment or something. But yet she never talked about the drug term.
That might have been next.
Maybe.
That's
Shut
the
her
one
off
that
too
I'm
soon.
fond of the most.
Right.
I love me some smack. What is smack?
I have no idea.
Cool.
Rhymes with crack.
So the thing is, with the flat earthers, I'm afraid they're probably going to be here to
Well,
stay.
it's like it is really like a
So-
cult.
Right.
It is very much so like a
I
cult.
think so.
It
I
is.
mean, I just don't think you could just put every piece
Yes.
of evidence in front
Well,
of them and they're just not
Funny enough,
satisfied.
I have the answer to
So-
that in our next episode. Noah provided the answer.
Oh, Noah the time twat.
The thing is, compared to the flat earthers, Noah is actually
yeah.
sane.
No.
I know
You know,
that's a big Noah for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I used that
Yeah.
joke too early. It's not even the
Ah.
right episode. Damn you, Noah! Can I travel back in time to fix it?
Well, the thing is, what I did say that if he's done all this time traveling, he's not come back with one newspaper
What a
Right.
cunt! All right,
from
wait.
his travels. Just to prove
Right.
that he's
Well,
been
wait.
to the future.
Let's save this for the next episode.
We'll talk Noah next episode, guys.
Yes,
I
'cause
know
there's
you're
so much to talk about.
you're so interested in who Noah is.
Everybody's going, who the fuck
The
is
truth will
Noah?
be revealed in the next
I
episode,
have
all about
seen-
Noah.
Noah is the biggest
Yeah.
nutsack you've ever
I've
met.
Well, I watched the first video of Noah, and my theory after that was basically you could put him in a room, and I don't think you'd ever get tired of poking
Okay.
him in the eye. With
I
a
feel like that
pencil,
about Mark Sargent.
you know.
I
Just
do.
so
I feel like that about
consistently.
Mark Sargent so
Um,
much.
You just think, you know what? I'll just poke you in the eye with a pencil, Noah. I don't think I'm going to get bored of it. If you can just,
Oh
if you
my
just keep
God.
still, and keep talking about your time travels, then it would
Can
help.
we talk a second, though? I want to backtrack just a second about old Patty Steer.
Yeah.
I have a theory about her.
Yeah, do it too.
Can I do
There
that?
you go.
Hold on, I gotta get the eyebrows.
Oh,
and I need to just put these
Right.
up here.
Well,
Her boobs were stationary. They were
I
round earth.
I
How
think
could you not
he's,
believe in
no,
globes when
she's
you're
got two.
carrying them
Yeah.
on your body?
She's got two globes right in front of her. So here's our theory on Patricia, and Caitlin and I agreed on this because we watched this lovely documentary together. We think she's the smartest one of the bunch. Do you know why? Because she's in it for the money.
Oh yeah,
You can fucking tell she doesn't care.
yeah,
She is like, Mark, you can
Oh.
fuck off and I really don't care, but I'm going to be nice to you.
right.
Because we're doing our show.
She had a really nice. I
Yes.
presume it's her house, but she
Right.
had a really nice place, a
Right.
very, very nice place. An old jukebox, and all this rock memorabilia, and she's obviously doing well for herself. Again, it doesn't say what
I
she
think
does
that's
for a
what she.
living.
It's
I
like
think that's what she
what
does.
she
Is
does.
her podcast, and she
because they make money. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a
Yeah.
lot of followers, so they make money on that shit. But her dad was also in broadcasting too.
I think so, or
we
producing or something like music. Yeah.
So we think that she has daddy money and
Daddy
daddy issues.
Mhm.
And I don't know.
Right.
She was, but you know what? Maybe she believes it a little.
I don't know. 'cause
Maybe-
she was obnoxious. Like when they went to NASA, because she and Mark visited. Was it like it was NASA? They were in Texas, so they visited the
Yeah.
NASA facility.
Like
I
some
think.
space museum.
Yeah.
Space-
And they were like two dumbasses, like, this isn't working, poking the screen, even though the cameraman showed the start buttons down here,
Yeah.
which was hilarious. But then
Yeah.
they go into the rocket area,
Yeah.
and she's like, at the camera, and she's like, I'm going to do something that's probably never been done before in a NASA facility. The Earth is flat!
It's pretty accurate. It's actually pretty
It's like,
accurate.
She just
Yeah.
seems like she's just in it for
She's fake.
what she can gain from it. Yeah.
Her
Which
theories
one?
are as fake as her face.
I think
Right?
she was a little bit of a
Mhm.
glamour puss. And she was basically, she liked the attention. But she got to.
Sorry, I keep looking at it. Yeah, you
That's
know.
a good look, Caitlin. That's a good look. That she loved
Yeah.
being in the limelight,
Clearly. Right.
milked the
Well, the,
attention, and and she's a pretty
is
woman.
pretty.
Oh,
despite,
yeah.
you
She
know,
is very
she's
pretty.
probably had less. She's pretty well, for 87.
I saw a
she
thing
doesn't
once
look
that
bad.
said, just remember, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Right.
Because with any amount of money, you can fix your shit.
True.
Like, you can pay to have a new face. Look
I
at-
was going to
mean,
say, for what she's paid, she better be pretty.
Yeah,
You can pay for a lot of things in Thailand.
ping
apparently.
pong shows. I want
So
to talk about it
it's,
so
you know,
bad.
You can get
Do
extras.
you know
and,
what a
you
ping pong show is? Do you know this? I want to go there
Yes,
just
yes, I
to
do.
see one.
Is it where they just go in
I've
and pick
never
it up?
been there. I've not.
They
I've never been to
essentially,
some-
I don't know how
never
they
been to-
get them in there, but they straight up shoot ping pong
Oh.
balls out of their essential
Yeah.
goods.
Do
down
you know
under,
it's
tweeting
now going to
centers.
be
Jesus.
a new Olympic
what?
event? It's going to be in the next
I'll
Olympics.
actually watch the Olympics.
I might
It's
actually
gonna
get a
be
gold
an
medal.
Yeah, it's yeah. Thailand are the red
disgusting.
hot favourites.
That's so
for this
gross.
event.
I kind of do wish I had a weird skill like that.
Right.
My husband once told me, this is ridiculous, that he went to a strip club and he saw, this is a very shortened version of this story. A woman laid on her back, spread the legs, put a dollar bill over her situation, and blew the dollar bill up into the air.
Fine.
I was so mad that I missed it. I've never been more mad in my life that I didn't get to witness something firsthand.
Never know. Someone might be on. Was it America's Got Talent?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
real
actually,
story. I'm not even
know,
lying.
You know what, I can
Yeah,
do that,
America's Got Talent. And
know.
then the second you see somebody lay down on their back and put their legs in the air, this is it. It's the time. And then I take off my mask and it's me. It's me.
Please
So-
tell me that was in Florida. He saw
No,
this.
it was like in Georgia though. It was somewhere south.
That's
So, it doesn't
I mean,
surprise me.
there's
at
a lot of there's a
So-
nice breeze down south.
evidently.
all.
Ew.
So is she somehow like?
I
Is
don't-
she storing the air?
No, it's like
Is
you
she
know, there's a
sucking
whole,
it in and then
there's a genre of women that can queef on command, and that's so flat Earth, right? So then, let me tell you, but that's a thing.
We can start an embarrassment.
There is
I
a
mean,
there is a whole genre of women. You know I had to tell my mom what the word queef meant. Oh no, it wasn't my mom. It was my entire in-law family. That was great.
no.
That was an exciting day. We were playing a game. It said queef on a card. Everyone looked at me to tell her, so I had to explain to the sweetest family in the world what the word queef meant.
Oh my
And I did it with a smile.
Good for
because-
you.
But yeah, that's a thing. So flat Earth, right? How about that?
We go from
yeah.
Patty Steele to queefing.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she has that skill.
She may.
She had to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So what? What? That's how she gets everywhere. She just propels herself with her vagina air. I hate myself. Patty Steele, what a
Is that-
class act.
Is that called Bajer?
What?
So-
Vajer sounds like a royalty thing. Like I'm the Vajer of Morocco.
Or it's like Bajer lines. It's a plane.
So, I don't actually know how old Patricia Steer is. It Steer?
Steer?
Or, yeah,
Steele
Patricia
or
Steer.
Steer?
And they've
Steer.
been
Steer.
saying that all these conspiracy theorists, I don't know if you remember in the film, that she works for the CIA, and that's been proved because the last three initials of
Yeah,
the name
right,
are
yeah,
CIA.
Patricia.
Well,
That's like
but
really reaching right there.
Right.
clearly, because the CIA would
What's
be
the
that
other? What's the
stupid.
guy's name? The one who's like really aggressive, who said he was an ex tosser.
Tosser.
Yeah. What is it, Mike? What the hell's his name? The
Nate, the second guy you talked about.
the
What's it? Yeah,
No,
Nathan.
not Nathan.
no
the other
Matt.
guy,
Matt.
No, Math.
Math?
Powerhouse or
Powerland?
Power
Math
something?
Powerland.
Math.
Math.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
First of all,
Math.
Math. That guy.
who fucking gives himself a nickname Math Powerland?
Math.
That guy was actually made me more mad than
Powerland.
Mark Sargent.
Yeah.
Mark Sargent made me want to like cut myself a little bit. But
Mm.
like
This
He
guy
was
was
just such a
aggressively
dick.
mad.
Crazy.
it's very
mean,
much that like
yeah.
if you have ever seen Jim Jones like speak later on in his like conquest of I don't know what the fuck Jim Jones was doing, it's very much like that, where it's very aggressive and it's very you have to believe this and this is why and they're lying to you.
Yeah.
And there's a
yeah.
whole
Was
group
more-
of people that are attracted to that because they just want people to tell them what to do.
Right.
Please tell me. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
strong enough to think for myself. So like it's strong people feeding on little ducklings.
You know, he reminded me.
Well, Mark Sargent, in his defence, was you know, he's quite a
Yeah,
mild
Mark Sargent.
mannered
Yeah,
bloke.
I agree. He
You know,
wasn't like aggressive about it. Mm-hmm.
Pretty mellow guy. You know, I can't imagine him losing his rag at anything. Whereas that math Powerland or whatever
Cockbag.
he's fucking calling himself, but he was just
Yeah,
an
he was like
aggressive bloke.
overly.
He's
He
like,
was oh, let me take you to, and you know, and he was like almost like
Right.
claiming
Oh, yeah.
the right, but he had the right to the start up of this new age flat Earth thing before Mark Sargent
Right.
kicked it all off, and
he
you
was
know,
like, he's
oh,
like a bad Disney villain,
Yeah,
you know?
he
He's
was
just
just
got,
like
he's got the
he was-
hair.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
glasses.
And it's, yeah.
Yeah. All the time, you know, he could be shagging his
She's too busy
girlfriend
on
who
her
was
fucking
standing
phone.
behind him the whole time.
She would be
Well,
on
that
her
fucking
phone while they were
phone.
going at it too.
Yeah.
You know that. She'd be behind his head on the phone. She'd be like, "Can we just do a doggy so I can check my Instagram?"
I'm gonna take
I
a
hope
pic.
my mother doesn't listen to this. I really do, because she'll be so ashamed.
I don't think my mom would be too shocked.
I just, sorry, Mom. Don't listen to any more of this. Okay, goodbye.
Well, you know, we got to do something with Flat Earth because
I don't know.
this
It's
is
just-
what I have to say about Flat Earth.
Okay,
Ready?
we're gonna conclude it with Lynn's. No, okay, go.
Sponsored by IHOP.
That's what I have to say about
Nothing.
Flat Earth. Like,
Literally nothing.
oh, they make me
Well, I've said
sad.
all I've wanted to say. I mean, I've insulted
They
everyone
just-
I could.
They make me
in
laugh
10 minutes.
and they make me
So-
sad.
Yeah,
It's the range. And a little,
But it-
not really mad, like mad. I didn't get mad. You got mad.
I was
Well,
mad.
I laughed hysterically at most of them.
Yeah, I was just under the assumption that they're not. You could spend 2 minutes or 2 hours with them in a room.
No.
and they're not
No.
going to change
people
their
who have
minds.
there's no reasoning
So, They're
with
not.
them.
They're not. Yeah, there's no rationale thinking for them. You can show them all the evidence they want, and
Right.
they'll
You
have an
can't fucking
answer
argue
for
with
it.
crazy. You can't. Like, crazy
Weird,
wins
Weird,
every
because
time.
it's not even like
Yeah.
normal crazy. It's
No,
just like
it's-
I feel like it's just a bunch of people
it-
who want to belong to something,
Yeah.
and this is what they chose.
Well,
Right.
this is like the. This is like as I was watching it, I was thinking, you've got all these conspiracy theorists, and you know, you got like the JFK assassinations, the moon landings, Roswell, Dunkin'
Fucking
Donuts
super
change of name.
Right.
You know, they're all in there, but they're just centered around an isolated
Right,
yeah.
incident, right? So this theory, conspiracy theory that they've got, is not just about someone getting assassinated, or you know, or it's the entire world that we live in is
Right.
Yeah,
false.
and
So
all the
it's like-
governments have gotten together
this
to
is
lie
like-
to everyone on the planet.
It's
Right.
like,
For what?
do you honestly believe that the shape of this world is flat? You really, truly
crazy.
believe that? It was sad. It was quite sad watching them, thinking, "Fucking hell, I do
Well,
believe
one
that."
guy-
And like, what else are you going to
Right.
believe?
Well,
What
one
else are
guy
you
at
gonna
the
believe?
convention even said,
Where-
all of us who are here have been hurt, and we wanted to find somewhere that we belong.
Yeah,
And I think that's perfectly sums up the people that are in Flat Earth.
yeah.
It's just they need somewhere.
Similar to it's Lynn. I mean, you know, the UFO conferences. that
Fucking
we've
hell,
been
Lee,
to, it's
don't
like-
you dare insult
Yeah,
them. They are not crazy.
No, hang on.
Lynn's trying not to burn any bridges over
But
here. Lynn Hollywood
we-
Hartram.
Yeah, we go to
I
the
know these
conferences,
people, Lee.
but it-
So do you, buddy.
But they have the same, you know,
Yeah.
that you hear them say, well, you know, well, I'm
Yes.
a voice here, and I can stand up and
Right.
get a round of applause, and if I do it at work, I'll get a,
Right. Well, the
I'll get
UFO
labelled,
community, too,
you know,
is also,
I won't.
and you know this as well, divided up into like kind of two subgroups. There are the UFO people who are more, we need proof, what's the science behind it,
Right.
let's evaluate this, let's look at the facts, and they want to try and be as very scientific as they possibly can. And then there are the ET people, the contactees, the experiencers who are looking at this from
Yeah.
a much more interpersonal level, spiritual, whatever it is that
Yeah.
they have gotten from what they
Yeah.
have experienced.
Well, there's
Yeah,
more
the-
proof.
Right.
the star
There's way
seeds.
more proof about. There's literally zero proof that the Earth is flat
Right.
and that there's an ice wall. Like, why don't
Yeah.
we just go fucking see the ice
Yeah.
wall?
Right.
Like, why can't some dickhead? They raised
Yeah.
$20,000 to rent or buy like this gyroscope thing
no,
to
right.
to measure the degrees of the Earth
Right.
changing. Why can't you just like
Yeah.
pay NASA to go fucking to
Right.
space? Let's send one of these motherfuckers to space,
Right.
just so
Yeah,
they can
yeah.
see it,
Go see.
Like-
Contact Elon Musk. He'll take you up.
right?
But it's got to be cheaper. It's got to be cheaper to mount and launch your own
Seriously.
Arctic expedition.
Right.
Like, just
What
get on a
fucking
boat.
hell?
The
And
problem
just
is,
go.
like we've said before, every single one of their experiments, show curvature of the Earth, but they just don't want to accept it. I mean,
Yes, yeah.
this guy Bob Noble, like
No,
he
no,
fucking
no.
made me mad. Like everybody else didn't, but that son of a bitch, he was just like a giant toe talking.
Don't you talk about me like that. I'm right
He
here.
looks like a big giant toe.
I look like a big toe.
But he's like every fucking
So what-
experiment
the thing is that-
showed curvature, and he's just like, nope, we're gonna have to reconfigure
Yeah.
this.
Next.
Also, they could they not get in a hot air balloon?
They put up a
As
weather
well.
balloon
They put up a weather balloon.
during the eclipse.
They can't. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're way up in an airplane, like, can't you kind of see a
You
little?
you have to be up. I was
like
reading
high
about it.
enough.
You have to be up at like 35,000 feet to see the curvature of the Earth.
Right.
But the windows in an airplane limit your perspective,
Right.
your peripheral, so
Right.
you can't see too much of the curvature of the Earth.
Right.
So that's why when they claim, well, I'm up in an airplane and it looks flat, well, it's the viewpoint that you have, plus
Right.
you may not be high enough to see that curvature. The Earth is fucking big, people. Like,
Right?
it's big. Like, you're not going to see the
Yeah.
curvature by standing out in your backyard and
But
looking
I can
half
see
a mile.
Seattle.
Right.
I can see Seattle. Guys, I can't believe that
Yeah.
Tila Tequila, like, more people don't believe her. Lee, when you have a chance, you should Google her and you'll laugh because, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
should
all
do,
you
yeah.
need is just one, like, little peek at who she is and what she is to be like, oh, wow, yeah,
Right.
I believe everything that you say, tiny Asian prostitute.
Yes, she's a fountain of knowledge.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
she's
Is
just
that
like,
what she?
made
Yeah,
her,
okay.
she was a MySpace person, I think.
I don't.
And then she was like on reality TV,
Right.
and she was just like this little punk rock, like Asian.
Was she on like
Everyone,
okay.
needless to say, lots of guys wanted to polish their telescope to Tila Tequila. Wink, wink, wink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's it.
Okay. I think Galileo's got a lot to
Fucking
answer for.
Galileo
This, yeah.
started it all.
I mean, what?
I like the church cover up for 300 years.
right?
He should have stayed at home and played with his
Right?
telescope. You know, saying something daft and stupid like, you know what? I think the Earth is round.
Dumb. Burn him.
You know.
He's a witch.
He's a
Burn
witch.
him.
I'll leave that with you.
He's a heretic.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's insane. Well,
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I don't think there's much more to say about flat Earth.
I mean,
It's-
there's more to say, but it's just more shit talking.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
we're-
yeah.
I have a lot of like, I could just
like what we've said is
nothing.
constructive.
Not
we
one
have
thing.
added to the argument.
Learned zero today. You're welcome for no information.
Well, I've learned that Mark
Yes, yeah.
Sargent is a twat. I've learned that he's
Yes.
not going to go away. He's not going to change his mind.
Right.
What more can you say? I've learned that Patricia Steer
Yes.
is
she is.
87.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and looking good
Mhm.
for it,
Yeah.
I might add.
Money well spent.
And Matt Powerland, or whatever his name is, is not just a twat, but an aggressive twat. Yeah. So he, and there was the other guy,
The
Nathan.
big toe.
No.
who
that's
kept the
Bob.
Oh,
ping pong
Nathan was
ball
such
up
an
with a hammer.
asshole.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really
so
is a dick.
rude.
I just feel like saying, Nathan, can you just
Right.
put the hammer down, give it to me, and I'll
That's-
just smash you
That's
over
his
the
brain
over the head with
training,
it.
Lee.
You know, that
That's
would-
his brain training. He has a brain training
Yeah.
coach.
So for people who haven't watched it, he
Yeah.
literally, if you've ever seen Tiger Woods like juggle a golf ball on the end of his putter or club, that's what
Yeah,
he
he
does
does.
with a
But-
ping pong
But he was
ball.
also saying he was naming all the US
Right,
states
yeah.
while he was keeping the
Nice
ping
job,
pong up
buddy.
as well.
Life goals right there.
I'm telling you, those
Hey.
that training is serving
Yeah.
him well.
Yeah. Where do you think he got those ping pong balls from?
Thailand!
Thailand.
And it all comes back to Thailand.
This episode's brought to you by the Thailand tourism community. Visit Thailand.
Where dreams
no
come
matter
true.
how weird they are.
And you know what? I have never been to Thailand.
Me neither.
No!
I can't believe that,
It's
Lynn.
true.
What, you've
I've
never lived
in
there,
Thailand.
Lynn?
No.
As a child? Your dad wasn't on the Air Force Base in
He's
Thailand
not.
somewhere?
That's funny.
I've heard this so many times. You know, we've covered it last week. Like, oh, well, I lived there for 6 months when I was a kid. I went to school there because my dad was in the
It's
Air
fine.
Force, yeah.
You
Yeah.
laugh. But
Where
my
was this?
dad in the Air Force will
Neptune,
come into
right.
play when we talk about UFO and ET shit. It will.
She just got real cocky right there. She was like, bitches. Mm-mm.
Mock all you want, Hazelnut. It'll happen.
Oh my god, hazelnut. It's just hilarious. All right, guys. Well, we're done wasting your time. That was great, Lee. Thanks for doing all the homework.
Yeah,
And
yay, Lee. Good
yay,
job.
Lee. Thank you
That's all right.
for doing it.
That's all right. I was
for-
inspired by IHOP.
And all
for
things
flat
flat.
And all
theory,
things
but-
Like me, circa 5 years ago. Tell you later. So I think that was great. I think you did a really great job, and we constructively just
Thank you.
assaulted verbally every human being that believes in flat Earth. So sorry, guys.
You're welcome.
I do apologise about some
I
of
do not.
some of the
I
language.
do not, most definitely. I
Alright.
don't regret any of it.
Okay, well I'll take it
I
back.
regret
won't.
nothing. I taught you guys what dome meant.
That's right.
We learned about polishing telescopes.
I learned about the floating dollar bill. My life will never be the same.
Nice.
after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And the Queefing command.
Yeah.
Right?
ladies. Can we call this episode Flat Earthers Queefing on Command?
Yes. I think we have to at this point.
Good Lord. All right, so next time, join us next time if you ever choose to listen to us again, because
After that.
this was a fucking runaway train. This was a hot mess from the beginning.
Yeah.
We're talking about time travel and Noah the time twat.
Noah.
That kind of sounded like you like Noah. You're like,
I do not.
Noah. Oh.
Show
Show me that chip in your wrist. Come on, Noah. Take me to 2030. Take me to the year 2030, blurry faced bitch. All right, well, I'm done.
God.
So, cool. So, we're going to say goodbye, and then we will see you guys, or you will hear us and see us, whatever you choose. Thanks for listening. Thanks for our 3 followers.
right?
That's not us.
Woo-woo.
Feel free to share us with your friends. We have SoundCloud. We're on
Yeah.
SoundCloud and Facebook and YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, all
Yes.
of which is 2 Broads and a Brit, spelt the 2, not the number. And
Subscribe. We'd like more
subscribe.
than
Yeah,
3 people.
subscribe. I just had a stroke. Did
She's
you see it?
okay. I did.
Yeah.
That's what happened. All right. So we will see you guys next time. Hear you guys next. Oh, you're not gonna. What is happening? I did so good up until right now.
You did.
when I
You
went,
were doing so well.
one more time. Goodbye. Fucking goodbye.